The Republicans have blocked everything. They do not want us to accomplish anything. They want the status quo. They like the way things are now. If you can imagine, we're trying to do something to stimulate the economy. The housing market is where the crunch is. We are doing things to have more credit counselors. We're doing things to have revenue bonds to take care of some of the aged properties, foreclosed properties. We're doing CDBG grants to go into neighborhoods where there's a lot of foreclosures taking place. We want more transparency. We have a provision in our bill that says if you have a primary home, you can go to the bankruptcy court and work to have that loan adjusted. The way the law now stands, if you have a second home, a place on the ocean, a farm, a ranch, just to play around with, and you have financial troubles, you can go to bankruptcy court and they'll readjust that loan, but not your primary residence. So what we're saying, primary residence, you should be able to go to bankruptcy also. And it's limited in scope and duration. But they said no, we're not going to allow any of that to happen. Here's their solution. They held a press conference yesterday. Here's what the Republicans actually said. And it's hard to say this without laughing, and I'm not laughing because it's not funny. They said what we need to handle the crisis we have with foreclosure. See, it's even hard to say. Here's what they want to do to handle the foreclosure crisis. They want tort reform, and they want to lower taxes. If that doesn't say it all, this president has been uncompromising on everything, including nominations. He's had the Attorney General call me and say, I have somebody I want to be my assistant. I said, well, I have a Democrat that's been waiting for months to get on the Securities and Exchange Commission. You have closed down the Federal Election Commission, even though it appears that Senator McCain has done things in violation that they need to look at. You've closed it down. We need appointments there. We have many other positions that simply you won't let us fill. And as a result of that, government isn't functioning, especially the regulatory aspect. And I guess Republicans, led by the president, don't want us looking at anything that may be wrong. So I said, we're not going to approve any more of your people till you approve some of ours. And I want them to understand that. I talked to Josh Bolton in some detail yesterday. I said, I want to work with you, but I'm tired of being treated the way we've been. Democratic appointees are just as important as Republican appointees. Suicide is a very personal thing with me. My dad killed himself, shot himself in the head and killed himself. I was young at the time, relatively speaking. I was 30 years old or thereabouts. So stunned, my dad killed himself. I've learned since then that it's nothing to be ashamed of. A lot of people, in fact, there are very few people that suicide hasn't somehow come into their lives, their friends, their family. And so what we want to do is move out, have coordination so that seniors who are at the highest rate of killing themselves have help available to them. And that's what the Stop Suicide Act is all about. We know that there are things that can be done. Most of the time, all you need is a little bit of medicine and somebody to talk to. That's what the legislation is all about. I think that the debate transitioned today, the day we held this press conference, because not only are we concerned about the loss of life, the loss of our people with more than 30,000 being hurt, a third of them hurt real bad, amputations, blindness, paralysis. But the transition took place because the American people, I think, have been presented a picture that this war is breaking us not only with our military, but with our money. This war is costing us more than $400 million every day. No weekends off, no holidays off. Nobel Prize winning economist Stiglitz said this week that the war is costing and will cost the American people $3 trillion. $3 trillion. This is borrowed money. It's going to affect us for generations to come. We're going to continue to fight about this war that was the biggest foreign policy blunder in the history of the country, how we've got to bring our troops home. It is ruining our military and ruining our economy. We're going to talk about consumer product safety. We should have done it before Christmas. The Republicans wouldn't let us. Remember, before Christmas, we had all these accounts of children sucking on toys coming from China that was making them sick with lead and other substances. We're going to take this up. And hopefully, we can move forward if the Republicans don't block us again, and some good legislation to make the products we consume here in America that we import from around the world safe.